Let the words of our mouth and the meditation of our heart be accepted in our sight and in the creative sight, source of all sources, the all within all, with our ancestors letting us know that we are the winners on all levels. There's a song that I heard last night that brought tears to my eyes. I was watching Jamie Foxx before I go to bed. I usually watch comedy before I go to bed because I want to have a light mind. And one of the great actors of the past came in. The brother, I remember the brother. He was on the movie. He was on the TV sitcom Amen. He was on the TV sitcom Amen. Those who remember his name, please, if you remember the name or the TV sitcom called Amen, please put it in the chat. And I can look for it. Yes, I can look for it. Where's my If you remember the guy, the brother that's he was a heartthrob back in that day. It was a TV series, yeah, called Amen. Let me look it up. Let me see if I got the cast coming up. Ah, there it is. Clifton Davis. That's his name. Clifton Davis. Clifton Davis. He was on the Jamie Foxx show. He was on one of the appeared on, and they sung the song "Daddy's Home." Daddy's Home. Very powerful love song. And the part that they sang was how I've waited for this moment to be by your side. Your best friend went and told me you had teardrops in your eyes. Daddy's home. Your daddy's home to stay. It wasn't on a Sunday. Monday and Tuesday went by. It wasn't on a Tuesday afternoon. All I can do was cry. But I made a promise that you treasure. I made it back home to you. How I waited for this moment to be by your side. Your best friend went and told me you had teardrops in your eyes. Your daddy's home. King Simon's home to stay. I love that song, man. That was back in the Disney. Man, uh, very beautiful song. I really enjoyed that song from back in the day. And I think sometimes we got to listen to songs that bring us happiness. Sometimes we got to listen to songs that remind us of love and remind us of what part singers of the past, whatever genre it is, because I can go into soca, I can go into reggae, I can go into hip hop, I can go into R&B, I can go into old time soul, I can go into all different types of classics. But those particular classics brings you back to a certain state of mind to remind us that love is also something that we have to learn to do our part. And I'm breaking down this idiom called do your part. This is the lesson for today. And please, 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 please like, subscribe, and share. Not everybody is ready for what I have to offer. And it's all right. Not everybody is ready for what I have to offer. Everybody is really focusing on themselves, but they're not focusing on the internal part of themselves. And I was listening to Miles Monroe today, one of my favorite speakers, next to Les Brown. Les Brown is probably the favorite speaker of all, but he said something about learning how to avoid internal sabotage. Internal sabotage. Learning how to avoid internal sabotage. And I'm going to teach a class on that. I'm not going to teach that class today. Because this morning I woke up, I have a lot of great dreams. Some I remember, some I don't. But today I dreamt about Billy Carson, and him and I were speaking and talking about business, especially with my Numerovation and Numeroscope and all the different products I want to put out. And I did, in all honesty, I spoke to Billy yesterday afternoon, and him and I had a good conversation. Got some major stuff that we're going to be talking about, so look out for that. But it's important that you do your part. Just like I taught a lesson on being a part of the puzzle, or the word puzzle and what it meant. And because the word puzzle have the double Z, the double Z represents a master number frequency that you can use when you want to be a part of a puzzle. Because doing your part, or learning to do your part, is advancing this puzzle called life, especially if you do it in a positive and productive manner. If you understand what I'm saying, please put the number 1 in the chat. If you understand and understand what I'm saying, please put the number 1 in the chat. Today happens to be 19 Keys' birthday. Happy birthday, sir. Happy born day to you. You are in a 9 personal year cycle today. Today is 19 Keys' born day. Enough respect to 19 Keys, because he has become part of the puzzle. Big up to everybody on Instagram. Twala, Washington. I had a friend of mine named Twala years ago in school. I hope she's all right. Miss Talia in the building. Ann Saunders. I knew somebody named Greg Saunders when I was younger too. If you have any relative named Greg Saunders from New York, he was short. He's about my age, 58. He should be around 58, 57, 58. Always looked like a young child, a young guy, even when he got older. Queen, big up to Queen. I am Calder. Big up to everybody that's on Instagram. Shout out to all of you out there. And thank y'all very much for tuning in. Everybody on YouTube, Dominique, Kanique, Kevin, thank y'all very much. Also, remember to continue to donate through Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, use the email, and Venmo. It goes a long way if you make a tip, whatever price, whatever amount you want to make the tip. So it's called, in Islam, it's called zakat. Donate. Because I do this for the love. I don't do this for the likes, to tell you the truth. I don't have 100,000 followers, and it will get there. And I have been before 100,000 followers, whether it's Brother Rich's show or Brother Billy Carson's show or Sinetta's show. I've been before, but not everybody jumps from their channel and subscribe. So take the time out to tell your people, family and friends, to subscribe and press that bell when I get notified, so y'all can get notified, because I'm not coming with the drama. No, I'm not coming. I'm only coming to Numerovate, because this is the ministry of Numerovation on King Simon Presents. So please ask your family and friends to subscribe, especially, and only those that are on a spiritual journey, not the ones that are still into their knuckleheadism. not the ones that are still into their knuckleheadism. And even those that are still into knuckleheadism, they still have a spark of light as long as they're alive to do their part. Because doing your part, and understand that you have to do your part in order to make this world a better place. Just like the group that sang Daddy's Home made me feel nostalgic going back. Just by the time they said, I've been waiting for this moment to be by your side. Your best friend ran a road when it wrote me. You had teardrops in your eyes. Daddy's home. That brought me back to watching my parents dance and watching individuals dance to the point that I love to dance. When I'm with a beautiful woman or with someone that loves to dance, I will dance. Someone that I'm meshed with or in alignment with, I will dance. I will play songs like that and dance in the dark. You know what I'm saying? And it's important to realize how important it is to go back into time and listen to songs that keep you motivated, keep you wanting to heal relationships, wanting to remember family and growth and decide on what you want to do to be your best part. So today's lesson, family, today's lesson, do your part. A numerovational spiritual and physical perspective. It's an idiom. Those that don't know what an idiom is, if you look up the word idiom, it's a group of words established by usage as having a meaning not deducible from those of the individual words. So, and the other meaning of the word idiom is a form of expression natural to language, person, or group of people. Another meaning for idiom, the dialect of a people or part of a country. And last but not least, a characteristic mode of expression in music or art. So those are the definitions. I won't put it on the board. I'm just saying that do your part is an idiom. And taking you straight to the lessons today, before I go to the board, we're dealing with the spiritual and physical perspective of the phrase or of the idiom. Do your part. According to online research, do your part means to contribute your share or fulfill your responsibility. It implies that everyone needs to do what they are responsible for. And this could be positive and this could be negative. But my job as a numerovator is to prompt you to want to continue to do the negative parts. Prompt you to want to do the positive part and stay away from the negative. Prompt you to do the positive and stay away from the negative. Because do your part. You could be doing your part in an organization that might be a criminal organization. You might be doing your part that might want to, cause war and all that. And you live up to your responsibility because that's what you was prompted to do, because maybe you follow people blindly. But according to online study, when I put the meaning of what is the meaning of do your part means to contribute your share or fulfill your responsibility. It implies that everyone needs to do what they are responsible for doing. The phrase, according to online search, this phrase is a simple yet powerful reminder that everyone has a role to play. If you know you have a role to play in this life, please put the number 2 in the chat. If you have a role and you know that you have a role to play in this life, please put the number 2 in the chat. Big up to Benjamin. Big up to the House of Healing Clothing in the building. Killer Kel. Big up to Ann Saunders again. Big up to 340 Worldwide in the building. If you know you have, if you know you have a role to play, please put the number 2 in the chat. Please put the number 2 in the chat. This is not a joke. Because I'm playing one of my roles right now. One of my characters. Characters. I'm playing my role right now. Both in their personal growth and in the collective experience. It speaks to accountability. That word comes up, accountability, purpose, and contribution on both a spiritual and physical level. So again, let me read what it says on the online search, another part of the online search. The first top part was the first. When I Googled it through my computer, when I looked it up on my phone, it says this phrase is a simple yet powerful reminder that everyone has a role to play, both in their personal growth and in the collective experience. It speaks to accountability, very important. Purpose, very important. Contribution, very important on both a spiritual and physical level. And let me tell you, this is not something that is just predicated on positivity. You could do negative and still be accountable, still have purpose, and still have your contribution in the negative realm of things. Like I spoke about, crime bosses and crime organizations and captains and soldiers that used to do negative things in the neighborhood in the name of crime, or distributing drugs, or distributing or handling, different jobs in a negative way. But also my job is to prompt you to stay on the positive aspect. This is the age of Aquarius. I am Aquarius, but I have many planets, many signs in my chart that goes towards the water and the earth sign. So I know I have a lot of intuition, because I have a lot more water and earth in my houses, in my chart. That's what I recognized when I did my thing. And big up to people like Rob, who also helped me out with my astrology back in the day. Now, before I go on, I want to go to the board real quick. I want to go to the board. Those that are not used to me, I like to go to my board. Those who are not used to me, I like to go to my board. Those who are not used to me, I like to go to my board. Do your part in the Pythagorean or the modern system of numerology. The word do adds up to 10, which is a 1. But I'm going to focus on the 10, the 25, and the 19. The word your adds up to a 25, which is a 7. And the word part adds up to 19, which is a 10, which is a 1. But when you add 10 plus 25 plus 19, it adds up to 54. It adds up to 54. When you add 1 plus 7 plus 1, it adds up to 9. But let's use the number 54 first, because when the 5 and the 4 shows up in a word or an idiom like do your part, 5 and 4 are 2 out of 3 of the known communication numbers. And I dare say there might be a few more, but the primary communication numbers 3, 4, and 5, where 3 communicates from a jovial and happy, or is supposed to. People born on the 3rd or the 12th or the 21st of the month or the 30th of the month, supposed to communicate in a joyful, enthusiastic way. 4 communicates from a more meticulous and disciplined an orderly way. Sometimes people born on the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, or the 31st of the month can be very rigid people because of their communication and sometimes can be misunderstood. 5 is a number that communicates from a freedom loving. They want to be free. They want to be adaptable. They want to be free flowing. So sometimes the 3 and the 5 are ones that you can very much be around and enjoy. It's just that 3 and 5 has to be more careful of gossip. So going to the words, do your part as up to 54, it's already telling me or indicating that it is a communication idiom. It's communicating something to you. Do your part. So when your mother or your father said, do your part in the house, do your part of the cleaning, do your part of the laundry, do your part. It's a communication number that is directing you to the number 9 that says you need to complete whatever you start doing. If you understand what I'm saying, please put the number 9 in the chat right now. If you understand what I'm saying. Do your part is a thing that is being communicated to all of us. That when you find your purpose and your goals and what you're supposed to do because you love it, you're supposed to do your part. Positive and negative. Put the number 9 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Just from the Pythagoras perspective. That's just the Pythagorean. I ain't even go to the Chaldean yet, which is the older of the two systems. Now, look at, let's go back to the board. Let's go back to the board before I go back into my lessons. Let's go back to the board. Oh, I'm sorry, I went to the lesson. I didn't want to go to the lesson. Let me go to the board. The consonants, the D, the Y, and in this perspective, Y is a consonant. It's not a vowel in this perspective. Y, R, P, R, and T adds up to a 38, which is 11. 3 is a communication number, like I just told you, one of the primary communication, but every number has their form of communication. But the primary communications from my research has been 3, 4, and 5. 3, again, deals with the jovial manner. 8 deals with recognizing what are assets and what are liabilities so you can gain the abundance of it. And then it adds up to the master number 11, which is the portal between the physical and the spiritual realm. But if you're going to do your part, because the consonants of a word or a name or words represents the personality. So the personality of this saying adds up to a master number 11, which is the download between the physical and the spiritual and the physical realm. It is the insightful methodology that you need to use if you're going to do your part in this realm. That means people that really want to do their part or do your part, you have to write your ideals, because the number 11 says that you need to write down your intuition and your ideals when it comes to you. That part. So when people are born under the number 11 of any month, they have the abilities, if they really want to tap in, to download ideals and bring them to fruition in this realm, in this dispensation of time. I taught a whole lesson on dispensation of time. It's in my membership. Let me show you why 11, that what we call the consonants of the word, is called the personality number, or the personality of the words, or the personality of the name. The consonants, the vowels represents the soul urge and the inner aspect. The fullness of all of the letters represents the expression. So, for example, Terrence Howard is born on the 11th. And whatever he downloaded, he has created a bunch of patterns for many inventions. He has created a bunch of inventions, no matter how crazy people think. But remember, in numerology, the number 11 sees what other people do not see, because they're tapped in. And if you have 11 in your name, If you have 11 in your birthday, if you have 11 in the year that you're born, if you have 11 when you add the month and the day, just like if you add January 10th together, the alignment number or the first pinnacle is a number 11. So if you're born on January 11th, if you're born January 11th, like Mary J. Blige, she downloads ideals, but Mary J. Blige, she has become successful by relationship situations. And 11s go through a lot of relationship issues, whether it's personal, whether it's business, whether like Terrence Howard, the science world is all against him. And he could have had a great relationship with them if he would have went through their normal system. But he went to his own intuition because he didn't even I think he got a basic degree. I don't even know, but the brother was brilliant in school in that field. But what happens is that when master number 11 shows its whole entire backside to this world, through the wisdom and knowledge that they have, like Minister Farrakhan is born on the master number 11. That's why, and 11 is the fame and fortune number. Taraji P. Henson is born on the master number 11. Elephant Man, the reggae artist that show you how to dance in every reggae style and have fun on that stage, born on the master number 11. See, when master number shows up to show their whole backside, y'all better watch out because they came to reveal certain things to the world. And if you have master number 11 in your chart, just like I have master number 11 in my chart, I have master number 22 in my namesake. Both the master numbers show up in my name. And remember, the names of people and individuals, when certain numbers show up, or all the numbers inside a name, represents the gift, the possible gift, talents, and skills that you have to offer in this realm. And you could choose to use it or don't use it. It's totally up to you. It's true. It's up to you whether you want to choose to use it. I just try to tell people, hey, the old saying is, the world needs your unique gift. Don't leave with them still inside of you. I was talking to my beloved former wife about her book. And she's had this book on the table for 20 years. And I always try to say, yo, when you gonna put out your book, I have the books right here. I have it on piece of paper right here. And I won't even read it because she's working on it now. I connected her. And it's not that she has a master number. Well, you know, I gotta remember that she does have master number frequencies in her names, and she has a master number potential because she's born the same day as Nia Long. Nia Long is born October 30th. And the number 3 and 0, anytime 0 follows any number, remember that. Anytime 0 follows any number, like the number 10, the number 20, or the number 30. So if you're born on the 10th or the 20th or 30th of the month, remember, you have master number potential because 0 adds extreme potential that to any number that it follows, according to the studies. That part. So my former wife, I know she don't mind me shouting her out. I might not say her name. Let's say Miss Muhammad. Her name is Muhammad, and then she got her last name is Muhammad. She still has my name, Brown, and she has another name, her maiden name, which, interesting enough, happens to be the same maiden name as my mother's maiden name, which is crazy. I married 2 women with the same maiden name of my mother. My mother's from Jamaica now, born in Kingston and raised in Spanish Town. My ex-wives, my first wife and my second wife, both maiden names, or their family names, was Hamilton, which was very interesting to me. I found that very interesting how I gravitated to those Hamiltons. And, you know, from South Carolina. They were from the Carolinas, the South Carolina. I found that very interesting. And the numbers do correlate and show me that I would draw those type of people in my family. Like I told y'all, you know, Spice is from my area of Jamaica. That's a family member. Her last name is Hamilton. Probably 1 out of every 2 people born with that last name is related. They just probably don't know it, or because things got split up, especially if you're born in that same region. That's where my family was thriving, growing at, in Spanish Town, Jamaica. So getting back to the lesson, very important. Go back to the numbers. Let's go back. Let's go to the lesson first. Let me go to the lessons because I want to read on. I don't want to keep y'all here too long. I know this is Sunday. Enjoy. The spiritual perspective of the idiom or the phrase, do your part. Divine responsibility. A. Spiritually, do your part means fulfilling your soul's purpose. The unique calling or mission you were born with. Let me say that again. Do your part means fulfilling your soul's purpose and unique mission, unique calling or mission you were born with. Why that's important? Because using numbers with your name and your birthday can help you. But again, it's up to you to make those steps to make sure you accomplish those goals and those missions. But numerology, the study of numbers, astrology, the study of the astros and its connection to you, can all help you. I Ching, cardology, cartomancy, all of them can help you. And again, I tell people that are new to my channel, if you're new to my channel, hey, thank you very much for joining. Just make sure you wipe your feet when you come into my house. Show love and donate through super chat, super sticker. This is a spiritual business here. PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, Venmo. It's all pinned to the top of the chat. This is a spiritual business. Although I do it for the love, I don't do it for the like. It still helps out in every way. And once you realize how to utilize your mathematics, like I have done, and it wasn't to win lottery and all that kind of stuff. If you want to learn how to win lottery, I got books on that to show you by brothers and women, brothers and sisters that have won lottery constantly by using not just numerology. It's not just about the numbers when you're doing numbers. It's about patterns, cycles, sequences, and alignment. The book that I have up on my shelf, this guy won it in 1 month 19 times. Just giving y'all a little, he won lottery 19 times in New York. In New York, 19 times, and he didn't win to exert himself and show he could win. He won to be very modest and respectful, and he won to maintain his art studio. Big up to his daughters, that I think one of his daughters is still keeping his legacy alive. His name is Ken Dickerson, or Kenneth Dickerson. If you want to study him, go ahead. If you're about lottery and all that, I'm about the lottery of life. I'm not about doing all that. I'd rather invest my money and see it grow than just spend my money just to do. Because what he did in his book, when I read his book, he also talked about the dreams that he had. He talked about the astrology cycles that he was in, the astrological cycles. He spoke about the numerical cycles. Him and Lloyd Strayhorn are good friends. The book is called How to Win Games of Chance by Ken Dickerson. And even if you read that book, it don't mean that his system is for you. You might want to go to C. Freeman L. You might want to go to Gail Howard. Gail Howard won lottery 72 times. 72. Known in history. Lottery history. She was like the queen of lotto at one time. Gail Howard. If that's what you're into, if that's where your mindset says to go ahead and do it till you satisfy. Whatever it is, you better do it. Big up to the real Manuel. Creole, big up to you. Ranking certified, big up to you. Everybody that's coming in. Marcus, I believe that is. Everybody on Instagram, big up to y'all. That's if you're into that. Look, there's in our father and mother's house, there's many mansions. So whatever mansion you decide, some people want to go into the basement. Some people don't want to be in the top of the mansion. They want to be in the basement where their peace of mind is. know what I'm saying? I used to love the basement. I got no problem with the basement. As long as I could go outside and see some light, I had no problem with basements, but I love the peace of mind that the foundation of the house gave me at that time. Big up to my mother's house. Okay. So going back to the lesson, family. Going back to the lesson. This is a lesson, family. This is it's not about me reading your name and your birthday. If you want me to read your name and your birthday, then I want you to honestly book a session with me. Text me your full name, date of birth, and email to this number, 347-496. I can help you, but you got to be open. If you're not open, leave me alone. And big up to that beautiful sister in England that wants me to give her daughter some guidance at the age of 16. Her 16th birthday is coming up, and she wants me to give her some guidance. And I will. I have given young people guidance. She paid for a whole half an hour session for me to speak to her and her daughter directly, but her mother will be on the phone with us while, and that's what I want. I want her mother to be on phone with us, converse. So I want her to understand at 16. This is when a young person, when you book a session for a young person at 16 or 13, and they're brilliant and bright enough to get it or ask certain pointed questions, which I let people know that it's already in you. I'm just reminding you and helping you to recall what you need to do. The numbers are here to guide you like a GPS. You put in the right address, which has numbers and words, and boom, it triangulates what's going on and say, hey, watch out for obstruction. Hey, watch out for the negative people. Hey, watch out for police activity. Hey, watch out for the knucklehead. Hey, watch out for this. Hey, watch out for that. That's all we do. That's all the Numerovator does. I don't know about everybody else, but I know what I do. I'm going to give you the positive and negative. I'm going to give your child the positive and negative, who to watch out for. Or in general, just say you got to be very careful of energy vampires, because I've done numerous children before. I've done and broken down and given children advice. I've had some brilliant children throughout my numerovational quests that their mother and father trusted in me to give them the guidance. And again, I give them both the positive and negative. And if they choose to go down the negative and say, man, I don't want to listen to that man, I don't know that man, I guarantee you that it's going to come out and show that that person going to have to get back on the path. I can tell you that, because if that person wants to be hard-headed, and you can see hard-headedness in the numbers. And my job is to try to help them do their part in this realm. But if your part is to do negative until a certain time, as long as you don't get taken off of this planet, then maybe you needed to learn that lesson by you doing that part. And sometimes young people, I went down that road where I was robbing and stealing and hanging out with friends and smoking and drinking, to the point that I said, you know what? I can't do this no more. At 15, 16, I said to myself, I can't do this no more. I spoke to my cousin and said, yo, cuz. She came to New York, visiting from Canada, and I sat down. She was like the only one I could always talk to. I couldn't talk to my mother, couldn't talk to my sister, couldn't talk to my father. He was in and out. Couldn't talk to my grandmother, but she always showed us the way and opened up the way for us to speak to her. And you got to have those accountability family members that you can be open to and speak to with no judgment. And my cousin did not judge me. She sat down and listened without talking. And she's a talker. She loved for chat. She loved for chat. She can chat. Oh, she can chat. But she, at that critical moment of my 15-year-old life, she allowed me to do my part because she did her part. And that's why you got to learn to do your part. Because sometimes doing your part is just listening to your friend while they vent. Not giving no answers, just listen attentively. With what Queen of Four calls impeccable listening. So you could read into what they need and say, you need to go here, or maybe you need to go to the suicide hotline, or maybe you need to go to a therapist. Maybe you need that. And my cousin, when I said to my cousin, yo, cuz, either I'm going to go to jail in this neighborhood or I'm going to die. She supported me 100%. She supported me 100%. And that was someone doing their part, because remember what it means. Please remember what do your part means. It's an idiom. Do your part means fulfilling your soul's purpose, the unique calling or mission you were born with. At that pivotal moment of my life, my cousin was meant to be right there to let me know, to listen to a boy that's hurt at 15 years of age. Because she know I was gifted. And also that divine responsibility, like I'm saying in the lessons, it's about honoring your gifts, using your light and contributing to the elevation of others and the collective energy. And that is what my own accountable cousin, Shireen in Canada, did for me just by listening to me at 15. Because my mother didn't listen. My sister, she was younger than me. I didn't even think about talking to her, but she wasn't going to listen. My father, he was in and out, so I couldn't even talk to him. So understand that the word, when we go to the letter, look at the bottom, look at the Chaldean system of the words, do your part. It adds up to a number 42, which is a 6, which is a number of balance, but 4 deals with discipline and mentally having mental discipline, as well as physical discipline. 2 deals with compassion. You have to have compassion and if you want to do your part. What is your part? What are you supposed to do? And it's supposed to bring balance, because 4, 2, and 6 are all numbers of balance. But 6 is a number of harmony, truth, justice, reciprocity, love, balance, and beauty. So if you're going to do your part, you got to bring truth, justice, reciprocity, healing, balance, and beauty to whatever you do. Put a number 6 in the chat if you understand and understand what I'm saying. Put a number 6 in the chat, please. Come in here and wipe your feet. Have manners, because some people were raised and some people were dragged up. And I taught a lesson on that. Were you raised or were you dragged up? So when you come into my platform, you wipe your mother flipping feet with respect. Put the number 6 in the chat. Wipe your feet. Show me some respect, because I don't have to do this. Wipe your feet. Remember what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said in his lessons. He says, after learning mathematics, which is Islam only means a way of life. It don't mean that you're a Muslim, but everybody naturally wants to be of peace, because Islam means a way of life of peace. But what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said back in the day in his lessons, he says, after learning mathematics, which is Islam, and Islam is mathematics, it stands true. You could always prove it at no limit of time. Then you must learn to use it and secure some benefits while you are living. That is luxury, money, good homes, and friendship in all walks of life. That's what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said. You got to learn to use your mathematics, and your name, your birthday, the words that we speak is all connected to the numbers, which can also create the mathematical equations. And as a Numerovator, what I do here in the Ministry of Numerovation means motivating you with your numbers, using the numerals for an innovative way to motivate you. If you didn't know, learning to recognize divine digital codes. Big up to my brother Sri Master Gano Grills for reminding me that it's not just angel numbers we're talking. When you see 444, 44, and all that kind of, it's not just angel numbers like Doreen wrote about. Sri Master, who I'm going to have on my show on the 14th of this month, he debunked that and showed you that it is divine digital codes. And divine digital codes can have positive and negative effects. That part, that's why I always said, and when you say angel numbers, it could also have a demon attached to it because there's always duality. Family, I need to take a quick commercial break. Hold on one second. I'll be right back after this. Hey, family, readers are leaders. And remember, this is the month of May. And guess what? I'm giving away these books actually for half price. And you have to pay for shipping and handling wherever you are. So please make sure you tune in to KSPTV Media on YouTube, or King Simon Presents on YouTube, or King Simon Productions, or I Am King Simon, the Numerovator, on Instagram. So please tune in if you want to get these books half price, but you have to pay for shipping and handling on King Simon Presents. It's the Numerovational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022, and get my books on Amazon now. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to the same old place that we laugh about. What's up, family? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the Ministry of Numerovation this Sunday. Beautiful Sunday morning out here in Stone Mountain, Georgia. I'm in Stone Mountain right now. Happy birthday to 19 Keys. Happy birthday to the young man. And some of the books that I'll be selling half price is this book right here by Zachariah Zitchin. This one is called Genesis Revisited. It is a collector's item, but I'm selling it for half price. But you got to pay for shipping and handling. And Divine Encounters. So you got to text me. Those that text me that want the book, you got to pay for shipping and handling for both books if you want both of them. But this is the only set of Zachariah Zitchin. I used to have more, but I lost that in the storage thing that I lost. But this is Genesis Revisited by Zachariah Zitchin and Divine Encounters by Zachariah Zitchin. That's if you want the books. It's up to you. You can text me, like I said, in the commercial break. You can rewind the commercial and do what you got to do. And you can donate to any of these. You can go through these platforms to donate. If you want, I'll let you know. When you text me, I will let you know what's the price for shipping and handling to your respective part of the world. I'm gonna let you know, because it might be Canada. It was $30 to ship a $30 book. It was $30 to ship a $30 book to Canada. So I don't know. It is what it is. Whatever's going on with the tariffs, it is what it is. All right. But these are the places that you can send or circulate to the channel: PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, Chime, Cash App. All right. For other products, you can go to my Linktree / King Simon the Numerovator. That's King Simon the Numerovator Linktree. All right, so let's get back into the lesson, family. Let's get back into the lesson, if you don't mind. Are y'all still with me? Please put the number 5 in the chat. If y'all still with me, put the number 5 in the mother flipping chat. Those that are texting me, I will text you back after the show. Those that are texting me now, I see people are texting me, but I want to stay focused. All right. This is lessons. All right. Again, do your part. It's about honoring your gift, using your light, and contributing to the elevation of others and the collective energy. B, co-creation with the universe. You're not meant to do everything. Woo, I wrote this last night. You're not meant to do everything, but you are expected to show up with faith, effort, and intention. Be very leery. And I've become, because I used to be like that myself. Let me say this. Be very leery of people that want to do everything by themselves with no accountability or no partnership or no delegation. We know some leaders out there that did that. You know some leaders right now that want to do everything by themselves. That means he don't have no accountant, or she don't have no nobody that can check them and say, yo, they can do that. You know, there's people that do that. And I used to be like that because there was trust issues. And when you have a lot of 8s in your chart, that's where the trust issue lies. And I see why that particular individual don't trust too many people, and why he, trying to build something, don't have certain people to delegate. He's pretending to have certain people, but he's not having it. And he's born, and I'm not going to say his name, I ain't got no time, but he's born August 21st. Y'all know who he is. Don't even put his name in the chat. We don't need his name in the chat. He's born August 21st. But when you have that 8, whether you're born in the 8th month, whether you have the number, you born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th of any month, or you have a lot of 8s in your name, you have to be very careful of trust issues. And you got to learn to be open to delegate to others that might know better than you. And that's what I had to open. If I'm not it's just like I seen Dr. Shakira inside here. I'm not an iridologist. I'm not going to be looking in my eyes trying to find out what's going on. So I got to delegate the business to her. I'm not a color therapist, so I got to delegate the business to the color therapist. I'm not an E5 practitioner. I've got to delegate it to Abundance Child. I'm not a tarot reader. I got to delegate it to Paris. I'm not a cardologist that reads cards and cartomancy. So I delegate that to Aquarius Maximus or Nina. Big up to Nina. She's advertising for the month. Big up to Nina. Make sure y'all get her new books. Make sure y'all get Nina Dunham's or Nina Diamond's new publication, 52 Mirrors. Woo, 52 Mirrors. We need that, boy. Queen's Code. Get your copies right now at levinuniversity.com. That's levinuniversity.com. Or you can call for her services at 470-775-6434. Yeah, go support my sister. She's advertising for the month. I'm so honored that she's advertising in the month. Man. So going back to the lesson, before we go back to the board, very important. Go back to the board. Here it is. You're not meant to do everything, but you are expected to show up with faith, efforts, and positive intentions. That's what I should say. Positive. Let me put that up in there. I forgot to put, I just put intentions. Positive. Let me put that in capital. Positive, because not everybody is coming with positive intentions. With positive intention. Show up. Am I making sense, family? Please put the letter B in the chat. If I'm making sense, please put the letter B. At least show up. Be a co-creator with the universe. Be a co-creator with people. Be a co-creator with other people. Don't give people your word and not hold to it. I don't like that. You know, it's funny. Some women will tell you they're going to do something and do that and then don't show up or don't contact you or don't let you know. And when men do it, they get a whole hissy fit. But when women do it, men would just, rub it off sometimes. I mean, nowadays, men, they might be over emotional. I ain't doing all that over emotional. If you ain't got, look, it is what it is as far as I'm concerned. If you ain't going to show up, you're going to tell me or meet me here or do this or say this. Don't tell me nothing. Keep away from me if you don't do that foolishness. You're not meant to do everything, but you are expected to show up. I should have capitalized that with faith, effort, and positive intention. And if you're not showing up for people and you're telling people that you're showing up, leave them alone, please. Leave them alone. I leave people alone. If I know I can't show up for them, I leave their ass alone. I keep it moving. No, I can't show up for that. You've already given me drama, and we obviously challenge into each other, so we ain't doing that, and it ain't positive. Because remember what Les Brown said years ago: an unaffirmative relationship is a detriment. The universe supports movement. When you do your part, spiritual doors open and divine flow meets your action. Woo, that sounds like a lyric right there. The universe supports movement. When you do your part, spiritual doors open. Divine flow meets your actions. Divine flow meets your actions, baby. And that makes a lot of sense to me, especially in the breakdown of the word. When I go to the word, look. Each word has its vibrational frequency. Do adds up to a number 11. I do anything. I do anything. Do. Big up to the late great Delroy Morgan, or Denroy Morgan, the Morgan Heritage family. Your adds up to a number 16, and part adds up to a number 15. Very important components of the idiom, do your part, which adds up to 42, which is a 6, which all about. But the internal meaning of the words, do your part, adds up to 21. 21 is an initiation number. So when you do your part, it's about the initiation that you're about to you're about to get involved with. It's a number it's called the crown of the Magi, but you're not given the crown until you go through your initiation and your test of determination. The words, the vowels, the inner aspect, the A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y adds up to 21. If you read my book, I said it in my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability. Let's go up here. Hey, let me go into this camera. When you read my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability, you go to page 20 to page 70, it says the 21 is the symbol of the universe. It's also called the symbol of the world. In older studies, the number 21 is called the crown of the Magi. It's a number of advancements, honors in life, elevation, and success can be theirs as long as they maintain love, compassion, and creativity. But also, when I go down, it says the person or the vibration connected to the number 21 gains success after a long battle. And the crown of the Magi is only gained after long initiation and test of your determination. In other words, you have to go through some stuff to get to some stuff. Just make sure it's worth it in the long run. That's what I wrote in my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability. Those who want to get my book, please. You can get it on Amazon, baby. Get it on Amazon if you want to get my books. So 21 shows up 2 times in the Chaldean system. You go back to the board. 21 shows up 2 times. It shows up in the consonants, which, remember what I said earlier, what the consonants of a name or a word or a saying or an idiom or a phrase represents the personality of that saying, the personality of that person, the personality of that idiom. And it adds up to a 21. Again, it's the initiation. The vowels represents the inner aspect of this idiom, this phrase. Do your part. The inner aspect, it's supposed to internally bring it out of you. Because your part is what something you're going to love. Your part, and it's not coincidence that in the Chaldean, it adds up to a 6. When you break it down to a single digit, and then in the Pythagorean, it adds up to a 9. And both the 6 and the 9 are numbers of love, healing. 9 is the higher level of love, and 6 is the earthly level of love. Because 9 deals with humanitarian on a higher level on its positive. 6 deals with the love, balance, and humanitarian on another level right here when it deals with community and families, right here on your level. But the 9, when you start dealing with humanitarian, that means you could form your own foundation. So people born on the 9th, the 18th, or the 27th, they have the ability to do things on a humanitarian level that can reach international status if they want to take on that responsibility. But remember, the negative of the 9 says you don't want to, if you might not finish what you start. And if you have a lot of 9s in your chart, a 9s in your name, a 9 in your birthday, you got to look out for the number 9. Because 9 can also attract arguments. The 2 numbers that deal with haters, the 2 numbers that has to deal with haters is the number 9 and the number 4. Number 9 is straight haters, straight up haters, because 9 say what they mean and mean what they say. So expect your haters to say what they mean and mean what they say. 4 deals with secret haters. What comes sometimes 4s can keep things in their own head and in their own mind in a secrecy. So expect the people that might hate you or not like you to be secretive also, and all of a sudden show their whole entire backside. As you're getting older, you find out your cousin hated you, or your mama didn't really like you, or your daddy didn't like you, or your boyfriend really. You could be born with on the number 4 and be sleeping with the enemy. You could be born under the number 4 or the number 9 and be sleeping with an enemy. It's just that the people born under 9 will find out who their enemies are real quick. With 4, got to be very careful and make sure they communicate clearly to pull out that enemy, because again, 4 is the number of secret haters, secret vampires, secret. Woo, man. Am I making sense, family? Please put the number 4 in the chat. Am I making sense to you? If I'm making sense to you, please put the number 4 in the mother flipping chat, please. Please, 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 please. Oh, yeah. So let me tell you something. Reading numbers ain't no joke. Breaking it down and consulting people ain't no joke to me. Because I'm not going to give you all the, you are so this, you are able to do that. I'm going to say, nigga, let me tell you this. First of all, if you are not willing to do certain things to propel you to another level or grow, or to maintain your mental balance or maintain your dietary balance, because numbers can point out all the cycle sequences and patterns and probabilities and statistics. It can pull it all out. But if you choose to go down the negative road and not the higher road, that's you doing it, not me. I'm just showing you, like, hey, you better get your mind right, or you're going to take this road that can lead to destruction, or you're going to take this road that can lead to construction. It's totally up to all the individuals. That's why I tell people all the time, and please like, subscribe, and share with others. That's why I tell my clients all the time, numbers don't care if you believe in them or not. They work behind the scenes, whether you believe them or not. Just like the computers and these computers that we have in our hand and these computers that we have in front of us. They work under the 0 1s. 0 1s. In numerology, we would call them female and male. 0 is a female, 1 is a masculine. 1, 0, what it looks like. Look what the 0 look like. Hey, uh-oh, here comes the 0 and the 1s working together. Look at that. Woo! And men and women love doing this. I ain't gonna say the word because you might have children watching. Like, Mommy, what is he doing? I'm sorry. But I'm just showing 0 and 1 work together, baby. 0 and 1. This is how we made people doing this. 0 and 1. 0 and 1. Oh, man. So everybody put 0 and 1s in the chat. Please put 0 and 1s in the chat. 0 and 1s in the chat. Put the 0 and the 1s in the chat, please. Put the 0 and the 1s in the chat. Do me a favor. Just put 0 and 1. You don't have to say birds and bees. Put 0 and 1s, baby. So next time you talk to your child that want to learn about that type of education, you say, baby, your mommy is a 0 and your daddy is a 1. And when you put 0 and 1 together, we compute. And we create computers and technology and all kinds. We create things. So next time you talk to your babies, that you wanna introduce that type of education to them. You say, mommy is a 0, or mommy has a 0, and daddy has a 1. And when 0 and 1 comes together, we copulate, we copulate, and we create things. That's a righteous way to say it, not all other foolishness. I believe it's a righteous way to say it. I don't know what you believe, but I believe it's a righteous way. Somebody say, you killing it, King. That's how I made my 9 children. I was killing it. Stop playing. Oh my goodness. I'm just having fun this May 4th morning. I'm just having a little fun. I hope y'all don't mind me having fun. I'm having fun. I hope this makes your day. That's all I'm saying. I hope this makes your day. I'm not finished with the lesson yet. I got to finish off the lesson. I hope whatever's happening makes your day. The universe supports movement. When you do your part spiritually, doors open and divine flow meets your action. Let's scroll down. C, service and alignment. This is my form of service, or one of my form of service. Service and alignment. Service and alignment. Like I said, from now on, family, anybody that books a session with me will receive a free ebook. I don't care if you book in a 10-minute session, which is pre-recorded. Last month, I wasn't doing the pre-recorded 10-minute or 15-minute. You could talk directly to me, but we're in the month of May. I only did that for the whole month. But anybody that books a session with me will get one of my free ebooks. My workbooks, not my books that I sell online and all that, but my workbooks, because I want you to work on your spiritual development. And it is also applicable for children that can read and understand. So anybody that books even if you're booking something for your child that wants to get a consultation from me, I prefer children that are 13 and up, those that understand, not the ones that are just going to take it in. If you know you got a brilliant child that's ready for it, good. It will be recorded. It will be sent to you that you can watch it over and over again until they get older, whatever. And when they're ready to book their own session. But everybody from now on will receive one of my free ebooks, whether volume 1 or volume 2. Volume 3 comes out on May 11th. I'm going to do 10 volumes of this spiritual lessons. Volume 3 comes out on May 11th. All right. These are all workbooks with applicable homework. And I think it needed to be done because most of the lessons, if not all of them, has helped me throughout my 58 years of life on this planet. 58, almost 60. And I'm looking good. I'm carrying this 58 going on 60 good. Me and Star, big up to Star. Star birthday was yesterday. Star report. Star looks good for his age. Big up to Star. Angela Bassett looked good for her age. They say the black don't crack if you're taking care of that. Black don't crack if you're taking care of that. Black don't crack if you're taking care of that. Black don't crack if you're taking care of that. Remember that. Black don't crack if you're taking care of that. Everybody put it in the chat. Black don't crack if you're taking care of that. You know what I'm saying? Black don't crack, family. Black do not crack if you are taking care of it. I can actually say that at the age of 58, going on 61 day. One day. One day. And big up to all the great people that are doing their work. Big up to all the great people out there that are doing their work, that are doing their part. Do your part. Do your part to make this world better. If you see dirt on the floor in your neighborhood, put it in the trash can. Go get a glove and just put it in the trash can. Do your part. I had a lady on Prospect Place in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, Miss Mabel. May she rest in eternal peace. But I remember her just cleaning up the street, and she'll clean up to like 5 houses right and 5 houses left. She just loved to clean just because because if you take care and do your part in the neighborhood, other people will follow suit. And then you have those lazy people that might not follow suit, but it's all right. As long as you do your part, and I'm talking to young people as well as older people, do your part. That's what's important. Do your part, family. Do your part. Because when you do your part, you're showing that you love yourself. It's not about just love for anybody else. It's about loving yourself loving yourself that much that you'll do your part so the part of who you are shines brighter. So you've been wanting to create that product to sell online. Do your part, because maybe somebody out there needs your product, even if it's one person to 1,000 people. That one person may be the one that shared with everybody else. Do your part. That's why today's lesson is that. Do your mother flipping part. I taught a lesson called Stay in Your Lane. I taught a whole lesson in my membership. Go join my membership. Let me put that in the chat, just in case y'all want to join my membership on Patreon or membership on, it's on my YouTube membership though. Let me give y'all that. Let me put that in the link so y'all can, I have the membership direct link if you want to join. It's only $9.99. Both of them, Patreon and YouTube membership is $9.99 per month. And you get to watch, I got 1,000 videos, over 1,000 videos online. And yes, I don't have that much people, but I have quality people. That's why my channel is called King Simon Presents Only Quality People. King Simon Presents Only Quality People. That's it. Big up to Cinnamon. How you doing, beautiful? I need to call you anyway. I know we haven't been talking. You've been traveling. I've been traveling. We need to talk. Need to talk. Big up to Cinnamon in the building. Make sure you get her book. Her book is out now. Grandma's Secrets. Go get that book. Go get that book. I actually sent that book to somebody else. I sent the link to somebody else. I don't know if they purchased it, but I sent the link to somebody else. I honestly didn't get it yet. I will order it because she does support my channel and she support my books. I will order it. Just I've been dealing with a whole lot of stuff from here to New York and all that. But I'm feeling much better now. But yeah, make sure y'all jump on my Patreon and make sure y'all jump on my membership and y'all get all the videos, because yesterday, the other video went into membership. The one that I did called Dispensation of Time, that went into membership. And more than likely, this is going into the membership if you want to watch it over and study it and research it. And I don't mind people studying what I do and taking it to their own level. You know, I think that's very important that we as elders, and I'm crossing that path right now, going into, well, I'm considered an elder to a lot of people. And OG is old God, you know, old God or original God as far as I'm concerned. I'm one of the original gods, you know, OG. You know, I don't mind being called OG. That's OG is original gods, man. Don't mean old grandpa, that's for sure, because I definitely don't look old. My hair ain't graying like that, so it is what it is. So, and I was working out this morning, man. That felt good. And I'm going to go in the backyard and do some grounding after this, because I always do that after I leave these, and I'm drinking my water and keeping my stuff right, keeping myself tight. I'm doing my part for myself because I'm showing that I love myself when I do my part. And when you do your part, you're showing that you love yourself. And I just want y'all to do what you love to do. That's why in the lessons, as I'm showing y'all this, very important. Take notes. Take notes, take notes, take notes, take notes, take notes, take notes. Service and alignment. Doing your part can also mean helping others. See what I've been saying? Protecting the earth, or simply being a source of peace. Men and women, are you a source of peace with the person that you're dealing with? Is your husband a source of peace? Is your wife a source of peace? Is your partner a source of peace? Is your business partner a source of peace? If they're not a source of peace, they might be tearing you to pieces. So doing your part can also mean helping others, protecting the earth. As I was saying about Miss Mabel loving to clean up, may she rest in peace, or simply being a source of peace. It's a way to stay in alignment with universal law. Give, grow, uplift. Give, grow, and uplift, family. Give, grow, and uplift. I give of my time so I can help you grow, and I hope it uplifts you. That's why I do on my channel. So don't be afraid to circulate funds to the channel. It's all pinned to the top of the chat and it's scrolling on the bottom. Hey, spread love, ba-ba-da. Spread love, ba-ba-da. Spread love. That's the Brooklyn way, but really it's the universal way. Because if the universal way didn't spread, if the universe didn't spread love to you, you wouldn't be alive today. Matter of fact, this whole planet wouldn't be alive today, because back in the day, according to science, they said planets used to hit each other, smack each other, and bang into each other, and all kind of craziness. Can you imagine that happening right now to Mother Earth in Father Time? Can you imagine that happening? Y'all don't want that to happen. I don't want it to happen. So we got to keep on praying and meditating on staying in alignment with universal love, universal law. Give, grow, uplift. Physical perspective. A, personal responsibility. Physically, it means taking care of your health, duties, relationships, and environment. Are you taking care of your health? Put the number 2 in your chat if you're taking care of your health. Are you taking care of your health? Put the number 2 in the chat. Are you taking care of your health? Put the number 2 in the chat. If you're taking care of your health, your duties, your relationships, and environment, put the number 2 in the chat. Maybe you, out of all 4 of them, you're probably just doing 1, or maybe you might be doing 2, or you might be doing all 3, or you're taking care of all 4. But if you're taking care of at least one of them, health, duty, relationship, and environment, put the number 2 in the chat. Whether it's working, cleaning, learning, or helping, doing your part creates balance and stability. Doing your part helps create balance and stability. I honestly just want to do my part. And back in the day, I used to sing. I did my part in providing good reggae dance hall music, conscious reggae dance hall music. I did that. And I've played it on my channel. I've played it right here on this channel. I've provided good conscious music that I even turned into book form. This red book right here is one of my songs turned into a book. Let We Tell the Story. Basic black and white history in a children's book. Simple, basic one-liners in my children's book. You can get it through Amazon or you can get it through Linktree. That red book right there, Let We Tell the Story, is good for young people to just learn the basic white and black history. That's why the song was called Black and White Story. Those who never heard it before, here it is. Let me
tell you a little something about white history. Say how they condemn us throughout slavery. They say we were black and very ugly. I lie them a telling of them history. Cause black is beautiful, the whole of them agree. Then come out of the mountains and mix up with seed. Here we go, my friends, in the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, 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 it's white, white, white. But let we tell the story. Yes, it's black, black, it's white, white, but let we tell the story. May I go tell tell you little truth about the black histories for the people who can hear and those who can see. We're the first to come up with anatomy to analyze the truth about we body. We're the first to come up with biology to analyze the lives in the society. We're the first to come up with Egyptology to construct the pyramids that you see. We're the first to come up with psychology to analyze the minds in the vicinity. We're the first to come up with musicology to put the rhythm on your soul and make it rock steady. Correction.
That was my song back in the 90s that went up to number 5 on the reggae chart. It's called Black and White Story. And I turned those lyrics into a children's book with color and all type, great illustration by Rainbow Arts. Let We Tell the Story. That's the name of the book. Let we tell the story. Yes, it's black, it's white, but let we tell the story. Let us tell our story. That's a children's book right there. You can get it on Amazon. I turned those lyrics into a full color children's book. Beautiful. And I got the idea from the late, great Bob Marley's family when they turned 3 of Bob Marley's lyrics into children's book. I believe One Love is a children's book, 3 Little Birds, and there's another one, but I know I got 2 of them. But yes, you got to be able, and that's my part. See, again, do your part. I did that back in 1989, that song. I did my part and I was singing. I opened, let me tell you the people, let me tell y'all the people I opened up for. I got it right here in my book. It says, I opened up for Sister Carol and Shinehead, the reggae dance hall in Biltmore Ballroom. I opened up for Mikey Jarrett and Trevor Sparks and Sleepy Wonder. I opened up for Shabba Ranks and the Q Club in 1990. I opened up for Flower Gone. I opened up for World of Girls back in the day at the Brooklyn Museum. I opened up for Brand Nubians and Public Enemy in Washington, D.C. back in the day. I opened up for El General, the first reggae thong artist. I did my part and got on those stages. That's what this is all about. Do your part. And sometimes you do different parts in different intervals of time. In Montreal, I did my part for a marathon for AIDS. In October of 1991, I opened up for Ice Cube at the Armory with Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, where Ice Cube just came up and showed his face, but his name was built on it. But he didn't sing, he didn't perform, but he just came and showed his face because of support of Dr. Khalid Muhammad. I did a tribute to Bob Marley in Syracuse University. I opened up for Prince Akeem, Kenny X, and the Star Crescent for Minister Farrakhan at Muhammad University in 1992. I performed at the Q Club for video music blocks for Ralph McDaniels. I performed for Clinton Lindsay's 10th anniversary with World of Girls and Shinehead. I performed at the Arc nightclub with Red Fox, Rayvon, Shaggy, Screechy Don for video music box. Man, I was doing a lot because I did my part to give that type of music to the world. That's what it's all about. So you got to do your part. I want to see what you manifest in the next, by this is May, by June, in the next 30 days. What are you going to master? What part of you, what part of your gift, what part of your talent are you going to put out there? Instead of working for somebody, which is good if it's going to maintain you in any way, if you're working for somebody, but what are you going to give to yourself that you will share with the world? What are you going to do? Do it. You can do it. You can do it if you know that you can. There's nothing to it. Just go ahead and do your thing. Do your thing. Get up. Do your thing. Do your part. You know we can do it. Go ahead and do your part. Whether it's working, cleaning, learning, or helping, doing your part creates balance and stability. Can I get an amen in the chat if you understand what I just shared with you? Because look here. I shouted out all the domestic workers on my channel because I watch family, my family, other families work for my family in Jamaica, right here in America. I've watched families get on their hands and knees and scrub floors Scrub floor. I was doing that yesterday for this floor because I realized I went into the garage and I was tracking some oil into the oil into the kitchen area because I was doing some work in the garage. So I got on my hands and knees and started buffering the floor. And the tears came to my eyes, remembering what my mother used to do for her aunt, or remembering what my cousins used to do, or remembering what the workers, the home attendant workers used to do for my aunt and all that kind of stuff back in the day. So I had to shout out all of the domestic workers. I don't care what type of domestic worker, you got to shout them out. And like Dick Gregory used to say, Dick Gregory used to always give thanks to even the cleaning person, the people that set up the chairs, the least of thee, like it says in the scriptures. Respect the least of thee. Sometimes I see a homeless person and I may not have it because everything is credit right now. Everything is cards and Cash App and all that. And the homeless person wants change. And if I have change, I give it. If I don't have change, I say, yo, I just wish you the best, man. I can give you that right now. Because everything is cards. Everything is Cash App. This is not the time to be homeless, to tell you the truth. It's not the time to be homeless. And I understand. Not the time to be homeless. But you don't let people you don't enable people. You don't let people take advantage of you because of their lack of ability to be creative. And if you are creative, then you give them some work. If you have family members that kind of fallen short and they give them something to do, pay them an allowance. What happened to allowances? Do people still give allowances nowadays? Do you give allowances? Anybody out there still give allowances? Please put the number 1 in the chat if you still give allowances to your children. But they got to do something. You don't just give them nothing. Give them out of nothing. So whether it's working, cleaning, learning, or helping, doing your part creates balance and stability. Do your part. Put the number 1 in the chat if you give your children allowance. Cinnamon, she got 13 children. So, yo, hey, she giving a whole lot of allowance there. Because the Cinnamon, well, not all 13 are there. So, big I don't, they doing their thing also. You know what I'm saying? Big up the Cinnamon. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. Big up to Kenny. Oh man, thank you very much, Kenny, for sending a Cash App. I see the Cash App. I just looked at the email. Thank you very much, Kenny, for your Cash App. Kenny, it's spelled Kenni. Thank you for the Cash App. Thank you very much. Doing my part. Thank you very much, Kenny. If you didn't get it yet, thank you very much, Kenny, for sharing that. I do shout people out. I just didn't look at the email. I'm so busy doing what I do. Okay, so B, collective contributions. In communities, teams, or families, it reminds us that everyone's effort matters. In communities, teams, families, it reminds us that everyone's effort matters. Everyone's effort matters. Even when you donate or send a super chat or whatever to any station, just remember saying this: currency is circulating back to me and those who support me a trillion-fold. Say that. I always say it even when I'm paying a bill or circulating the money to a bill or circulating money to the rent, or because I'm renting this house. Circulating money. When you circulate money to anyone, say currency is circulating back to me and those who support me a trillion-folds. Don't be selfish with it. Make sure it's circulating and going back to others also. Don't be selfish with it. Don't be selfish with it. So, in communities, teams, or families, it reminds us that everyone's efforts matters. When each person contributes, progress flows smoother and burdens are shared. So everybody get to balance things out. When each person in your house, at your business, in your community contributes, progress flows smoother and burdens are shared. And it even lessens the burden. C, action with intentions. Doing your part physically also means not waiting for others to move. You act when it's your time. Let me say that again for the people. Action with intentions. Doing your part physically also means not waiting for others to move. You act when it's your time. And when you feel it's time, when you know it's time within your very spirit, you act with intentions, positive, productive intentions. It builds discipline, character, and trust. Discipline, character, and trust. My final numerovational thoughts. Let's go to the board real quick. Let me break down. Let's break it down from the board aspect first. My final numerovational thoughts. Do your part adds up to 54, which equals a 9. 9 is the highest single digit number that it represents humanity and growth, creativity. It's the culmination of all numbers from 1 all the way to 9. Notice I didn't say 0. From 1 all the way to 9, that is the number 9. So 9 can take on the aspects like a chameleon of every number except 0, because all numbers come out of 0. All numbers come out of the womb, even the number 9. But if you look at the number 9, you see a 0 on top and you see a 1 right there. And what did I say about that 0 and 1 coming together? It creates. 9 is the highest level of creativity, both positive and negative. The highest level of humanitarian, highest level of destruction, highest level of war and arguments on this negative. But when you do your part, you can either go down the positive or the negative. The vowels of do your part in the Pythagorean adds up to 16. 16 is the number of preparation, making sure that you prepare and have a blueprint so you don't go down the fatality road. So you got to plan what you're doing, especially when you do your part. And like I said about the number 21, those are the numbers of initiation, the crown of the Magi. But you got to go through your initiation. You got to be determined to do your part so you could receive the crown of the Magi, that the number, and then expand into the number 3. The number 11 is one of the portal numbers. Number 11, 3, the consonants of the words do your part adds up to the number 3, or adds up to the number 38, which is 11. The consonants in the Pythagorean, in the Chaldean, it adds up to 21. We just broke down the 21. But 11 is the portal between the physical and the spiritual realm. It's the ideal number. It's a number that brings ideal. So when you want to do your part, you want to bring the ideal to fruition, because that's the personality of that saying, that idiom. And in the Chaldean system, the words do your part adds up to 42. All even numbers are numbers that are possible healing and health and balance number. 4 just says discipline your mind, discipline your thoughts, discipline yourself. 2 says be compassionate and balanced and loving with yourself when you want to do your part. And then 6 says have love, truth, justice, reciprocity, healing, forgiveness, and beauty in doing your part. Do your part. From a numerical perspective, I like to keep it simple, baby. I keep things simple. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. My final thoughts, my final numerovation. I broke down the numerational part. Let's go with the rest. Doing your part is a sacred act. Number 1, spiritually, it means walking on purpose and co-creating with the universe. Number 2, physically, it means showing up with effort and integrity. Those 2 right there is very, very important. Effort and integrity, effort and integrity, effort and integrity. Some of y'all put the words effort in the chat, and some of y'all put the words integrity. because physically it means showing up with effort and integrity. Spiritually, it means walking on purpose and co-creating with the universe. Are you walking on purpose or in purpose? And are you co-creating with the universe? Are you showing up with effort and integrity? That's a very important part of life and being the best you want to be. And remember, as I close out, remember, you don't have to do it all, but you do have to do your part. And when you do, everything begins to align on multiple levels. We say that again. You don't have to do it all. Remember, you don't have to do it all, but you do have to do your part. And when you do, everything begins to align on multiple levels. Thanks for your time and greatness from King Simon Presents. You can also contact or get my products through Linktr.ee/King Simon the Numerovator. Let me say this to all of you. I'm very proud of all of you that came on. I'm very proud of you, even if I don't know you personally. And you know why I'm proud of you? Because I'm proud of myself. I'm open. I'm not vulnerable, because that word vulnerable have negative connotations. If you look it up, like I've shared with y'all before, vulnerable. I try not to use that word no more, because vulnerable, the definition of vulnerable, the origin of it, you got to look at it, because it's telling you that the meaning capable of being physically and emotionally wounded or open to attack or damage. I don't want to be vulnerable. It means opening yourself up to attack or to be damaged. I don't want to be vulnerable. I'm open, but I'm also alert. I'm open to give of myself and share, but I'm also alert, because some people don't come with integrity. Some people are energy vampires. Some people want to suck your energy. And if I'm going to do my part, like I taught here, do your part as up to 9 in one system and 6 in the other system. Both are numbers of humanity and service. So it's about being of service if I'm going to do my part. And if you're going to do your part, be of service. Be of service. And don't give up. There's times when a lot of us want to give up. There's times when I want to give up. There's times when I want to give up the ghosts. There's times when I want to just stay in the dream world and the recorded realm. There's times when I've traveled to different parts of the earth, or I've traveled to different parts of this universe, and I didn't want to come back. But my spirit guides pulled me back and say, hey, your mission is not over yet. So I don't know who this is supposed to touch. I don't know who this is supposed to be. I know I only got fluctuating between 50 to 30 viewers at this time. I don't know. But I remember the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that Master Farad Muhammad said he would climb Mount Everest to teach one person. That's integrity and that's effort. Somebody that's willing to climb Mount Everest, one of the tallest peaks on this planet, to teach one person, that's effort and that's integrity. I can come on here and just pre-record my stuff and just talk to myself and then upload it. But I choose to come up here and talk to you, because it's a form of currency. And currency is circulating back to me and those who support me, a trillion folks. So On that note, family, just want to remind all of you beautiful people to support the people that advertise on my channel. Big up to Abundance Child, one of my advertisers on my channel, and I sponsor. Well, she's supposed to put my logo on in the thing, but she hasn't done that yet. But it's all good. But I know Abundance has helped me out. Don't forget the big Malcolm X celebration. If you do want to go to the Malcolm X celebration, please, please, please get there on time because they're leaving at 9:30 on the dot. So I suggest y'all get there at 8:30 so you can get your backside on that free bus. And they're leaving from different parts of the world. Washington, D.C. is also going. I just heard from my brother from Washington, D.C., who I'm going to have on my show, Brother Haki. People from upstate all over the world is coming. Connecticut, they got buses coming. So, hey, contact them and they could tell you where the local buses is in your neighborhood for this Malcolm X pilgrimage. Support people that are doing their part. Nina Dunham's publications, go and get them at levinuniversity.com. And she does cardology, numerology, astrology. She's a Reiki master. She got 2 new books called 52 Mirrors. I like that, 52 Mirrors. It's like 52 blocks, baby. Queen's Code. Support her and call that number on there. And family, I got this. I slashed my 8-hour course into half price, $222. If you want to learn my official BATH method, learning beyond the numbers, around the numbers, the trajectory of the numbers, and hearing the numbers. It's originally $444 for this 8-hour course, already pre-recorded. But between May 1st and May 19th, it's only going for $222. You can pay via PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, or Chime if you're interested. And you can pay in increments. Maybe you could pay half now or half later. But believe me, you're going to get 8 hours of information in this course. And you could take the time out and study it, watch it, break it down, and then question me when you're ready. Got no problems with the questions. I ain't afraid of the questions, that's for sure. Those who want to book my sessions, please. If you want to book a session with me, text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022 with an email so I can send you the details because my prices has changed since last year. And I do have 10-minute sessions, 15-minute sessions, 30-minute sessions, and 60-minute sessions. And remember, numbers or use of numbers or numerology is just like a GPS. You may know your way to the store. You may already know your way to Georgia to New York. But when you're dealing with numerology or the study of numbers and how to apply them, because it is applied mathematics, look at the bottom of this banner. The study of numbers or numerology is applied mathematics. Learn how to apply your numbers and they will guide you. But at the end of the day, I'm going to put it all in your hand. It's not for me to guide you. It's for you to listen to the interpretation, the positive and negative that I give you of it, and you make the discernments and move forward. That's how these things can work for you better. It can help you at all levels, I'm telling you. All levels, whether it's a minute, small level just to maintain your stability, or a high level. I got celebrity clients. Lloyd has celebrity clients. Aquarius Maximus got celebrity clients. All of us got celebrity clients. We never tell you who they are unless they tell you who they are. But you had people that was helped by Dr. Sabian and didn't even tell people that Dr. Sabi helped them. That part. Because there's an agenda. There's always an agenda. So again, people want to book a session with me. Everybody that books whether a 10-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute, or 10-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, or 60-minute session will all receive one of my ebooks. And I'm talking about my workbooks. This one will be coming out on May the 11th on Minister Farrakhan's birthday. Okay. And remember, you can get all my books on Amazon. You can go to Amazon.com and put in the names King Simon. Not Simon King. That's another author, King Simon. But Simon King has some good art books. I have one or two of his books. White guy doing some great work. He's doing his part. But all my books are available on Amazon, or you can go to my Linktree and it'll take you directly there. And please, again, please contribute to the channel. Circulate to the channel, PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, and also I just shouted out Kenny, who sent me a PayPal. Let me see if anybody else sent me anything through Zelle or whatever. Let me see if I don't see anybody on Zelle. See, I got to look at emails for that. I do have to look at the emails for that, those who donate or send a tip or what have you. Let me look at the email for Zelle, because some people like to use Zelle. Melvin. Thank you very much, Melvin. Melvin just sent the Cash App. Thank you very much, Melvin. Thank you. Much honor and respect to you, Melvin. Yes, I just seen that, Melvin. Thank you, brother Melvin. And let me look at the Zelle email. Where's my Zelle email? Let me see if anybody sent Zelle. Because these people, people like to send Zelle or PayPal or whatever. If I don't see it now, I will definitely shout it out later. Yes. Falana. Thank you very much, Falana. She sent me a Venmo. Thank you very much, Falana. Appreciative of you, girl. Thank you very much. She sent me a Venmo, Falana. Nice picture up there, Falana. What you doing, girl? What you doing? Nice picture of you there, Falana. Thank you very much for sending it. Yeah, man. It keeps. You got to remember when money is received, or if you're sending it in good spirit, dopamine starts to work inside of you. That's dopamine. Dopamine start, you feel good that people are supporting what you love and supporting what you do. And you see, I promote people like Lloyd Strayhorn. Make sure you support my elder in this. The one that was the catalyst, like I said at the award show, for me to continue on my journey from 1989. Join his app, because his app gives some great advice on his app, especially if you are paying into the app. A star 8. Big up to Lloyd Strayhorn. Color Curiosity, if you want to feng shui your life, your wardrobe, your household, whatever, and you want to keep a good flow, contact Color Curiosity. She hasn't been on. I know she's been working very hard doing other things. So you want to make sure y'all get you feng shui your life, man. Feng shui your mother flipping life. Thank you very much. Really, really, and truly. Pick up AdaraMoselle.com. Make sure you hit up Adara. She's my massage therapist, but she also helps to move energy. AdaraMoselle.com. Support her. Big up to my son. He has a recording studio and he's real patient with people. And he helps with production. He helps with visual production. He helps with podcasting. He helps with audio books, all of that. Please support my son. One of my sons doing it. I'm going to remix my other son's flyer until I find out. I got to talk to him and find out what he's doing. But I'm going to see if I can link up with them today sometime. So family, on that note, I love you because I love me. And I share myself freely and sometimes very transparently because I love my mental health. And big up to Nina Diamonds, because she's been saying that men are going to go through a lot of mental health stuff in the month of July, which is a number 7, which is a 4. Those are mental health numbers. Yes. So men, young men, your young boys, protect their mental health as much as you possibly can. We say that again, protect their mental health as much as you possibly can. You know what I'm saying? Protect mental health, especially if Nina, and I'm going to have Nina on before, I'm going to have Nina on. But if she's saying from a cardology perspective to that men should protect their mental health in the month of July, I bear witness to that because from a numerical perspective, July 4th, and she says specifically, after July 4th, pay attention. Because they're coming for the man's mental health. Because if men start going crazy, they will end up unaliving themselves or unaliving others. And you don't want men to do that unless they're going to take out other people for good reason, defending their family, defending their community, defending their nation, defending with themselves, whatever. But because the 7th month plus 2025 equals 2032, and 2 plus 0 plus 3 plus 2 equals 7, the month of July is going to be universally a mental number that says, don't worry. Instead of worrying about and deeply thinking and leading yourself to worry, do this instead. Make sure that you are meditating. And I'm suggesting that every man and woman that are in relationships, if a woman is doing her healing work, go ahead and step there and heal with her, or do some type of meditation with your woman, or learn, go online, go study deep breathing, all of that. I've showed this book before. This is a good book as far as the yogi science of breath, breathing. Blue Pill spoke about that on Brother Rich, and Blue Pill used to speak about that all, the 4-count breath. Go ahead and do it. I believe me, family, brothers, young brothers, believe me when I say I've gone through it and I'm still going through it, but I have to maintain. You have to use all of the armor of God, all of the armor of created. That's what I wrote in this book. That's why it's called a Numerovational Guide to Recognizing Mental Instability and Staying Motivated. That is why I wrote this love letter to the world, because of my friends that transitioned and took their own life and unalived themselves, or left this, ascended from this realm abruptly because they went through depression. It's a serious thing, man. Serious thing. So big up to Nina Diamond for even saying that on her live the other day. And again, you can take my 8-hour course. Boom, boom. All the books are available. This is coming out May 11th. All my books are available. Donate to the channel. Support Lloyd. Support Color Curiosity. Support Adara Moselle. Support my son. And remember what our dear brother Dr. B said. Dr. B said he'll come on my show. And Brother Billy said he'll come on my show also. Dr. B says, I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am thankful for my life. Dr. Blair used to say, please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Dr. Blair, thank you. Dr. B, thank you. All of you brothers and sisters, thank you. And remember this Tuesday, I'm going to have a special one this Tuesday. I have our great brother, Brother Rich, Radiohead Rich, Tobacco Rich, Radio Tobacco, Radiohead Tobacco. Black Magic 363 will be with me. Oh, we gonna get it in. We gonna dive in. We gonna talk about it, be about it, and we gonna have fun around it. Brother Rich will be with me on Tuesday. So honored to be connected to brothers like that. I've watched them grow up from a 19-year-old young man, just in the cut, watching different lectures, in the cut, watching. And now he's, Brother Rich at 363, Black Magic 363 is doing phenomenal work. Phenomenal work. And I love him for that. And all we can do is help each other. That's what I really want to do. I was listening to Miles Monroe, last point. I was listening to Miles Monroe. Miles Monroe is born August the 20th. He born the same day as KRS-One. Miles Monroe taught a lesson called How to Remove Negative Thoughts. Go and Google it up. Go to his YouTube channel. How to remove negative thoughts. Think on that level. And I'm going to, based on one of his sayings, I'm going to break down the words. I have it here. I'm going to break down the words. Learn to avoid eternal sabotage. Miles Monroe said that about avoiding internal sabotage. Because believe me, family, the 3 M's are coming harder and harder every day. What are the 3 M's? An M adds up to the number 4 mental health number. Media, music, movies. I might as well add the 5th one is morons. Morons are coming. So you got 4 M's now. You got media, music, movies, and morons. So we got to be careful of them too. I'm just saying, I ain't got no time for that bull crap. So, and sometimes you got the morons running the media, the movie world, and the music world. So we got to be careful of the morons too. Everybody say that part. Everybody in the chat say that part. That part. Big up to Coffee. Big up to everybody on IG. Empress Hay. Jabbar. Big up to everybody. How to spell his name. Miles. Myles. Monroe. Monroe. I think. Monroe. Oh, let me see. Let me make sure. It's Monroe. Miles Monroe. Please go and check him out on YouTube. Powerful lessons he put up there. He transitioned some years ago. He's one of Les Brown's students. Miles Monroe. Go check him out, man. He's everybody putting in there that part. That's right, that part. Exactly. We want to get rid of the morons, yo. We want to stay away from the morons, especially in the month of July. Brothers, stay away from the morons. Morons that's going to lead y'all into trouble. Morons that's going to lead you to jail. Morons that's going to try to debilitate your mental health and bring it down. Stay away from the morons. Want to teach that lesson too. Morons. Stay away from the morons. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to break down those crazy words too like that. All right? Again, family, thank y'all. Anybody who did donate to the channel, thank you very much. You can use PayPal, you can use Zelle, you can use Venmo, you can use Chime, you can use Cash App. Thank you very much. Those that do donate, thank you very much. And remember the disclaimer, esoteric and metaphysical disclaimer. The information provided on this channel about the esoteric and metaphysical sciences like numerology, numerovation, astrology, and others is for guidance, edutainment, and reference only. It is based on probability, statistics, patterns, cycles, sequences, alternative spiritual and physical practices. It is not meant to be a substitute for professional, mental, and medical advice. Please always listen to your intuition and use these modalities in a way that feels most supportive for you. Always got to have a disclaimer if you're doing these type of modalities. That's a responsible advisor. Have a disclaimer on whatever program you're doing in front of anybody, whatever advertisers, whatever people that you do interviews with, always have a disclaimer. Protect your backside. Protect your 6. Like the military, watch your 6, which is your backside. All right? So have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be safe, be great. And remember, I love you because I love me. Take care. Peace and love. Hey, family, readers are leaders. And remember, this is the month of May. And guess what? I'm giving away these books actually for half price, and you have to pay for shipping and handling wherever you are. So please make sure you tune in to KSPTV Media on YouTube, or King Simon Presents on YouTube, or King Simon Productions, or I am King Simon the Numerovator on Instagram. So please tune in if you want to get these books half price, but you have to pay for shipping and handling on King Simon Presents. Today's consciousness, today's consciousness, today's consciousness. What happened and how can we change it? From the pristine position that we held in today's consciousness, here's a new show just for you every Tuesday called Today's Consciousness. Be there and enjoy all the great special guest stars that will be passing through on a new show called Today's Consciousness. Today's Consciousness. Today's Consciousness. Are you ready to address all the things that are going on? And how can we heal today's consciousness? Today's consciousness. Today's consciousness. Right here on KSPTV. Today's consciousness. What happened and how can we change it? It's the Numerovational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And get my books on Amazon now.
Training, education, and legal protection. Come, understand the depths of developing an urban tactical mindset. Professor Griff, 678-557-2919. Peace.
Some people think that this esoteric knowledge is for the rich and powerful. When in actuality, the so-called 85% has a spark in them that if it is sparked through numerology, astrology, numerovation, whatever, it will raise them up from an 85%, maybe to a 10%, and eventually they become the 5%, the poor or prosperous righteous teachers. You gotta understand that this knowledge is not just for one class of people. We gotta get out of the classes. It's about guiding people. The only way you can make the world better is if you make the people better. So it's about showing them the light of hope in themselves and their family. Everything in this universe is all about synchronicity.
Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numerovation from the king. Learn the foundation from the king. Nana push 1 + 1 is 2. Be precise. 3 + 2 is 5. Guard your mind. Me plus you is mathematician. Learn from the one Numerovator. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numerovation from the king. Learn the foundation from the king. Nana push numbers are simple, no people are complicated. Numerovation from the king. Learn the foundation from the king.
No, it's not about reading, it's about guiding. I don't do readings, I do consultations, because you should know yourself. As good as the back of your hand, you should know yourself. I want everyone out there to be clear that this is to serve you like a GPS serves you. Remember, each of us has guaranteed ourselves success. Be that magi, family. Be that magician. Be that numerovational motivated force.